When time is tight, fast assembly food is great. But on housebound rainy weekends, I want to savour a little domestic warmth and enjoy some laid-back stove-side pottering for a change. Fresh pasta and meatballs are what I make when I want to shimmer into Italian mama mode. It's time-consuming, but I don't apologise for that here, simply because there's no point in making fresh pasta or meatballs unless you really want to enjoy the process and sort of throw yourself into the activity. And actually, making fresh pasta is not hard at all. I think too often in cooking, especially, people fail to make the distinction between time-consuming and difficult. This isn't difficult at all, it just takes a while. It's fiddly. Right, I've got 400 grams of 00 flour here. You can get 00 flour, which is very finely milled, makes incredibly elastic dough. At supermarkets now, that's easy. And all you need to remember with fresh pasta is that for each 100 grams of flour, you have 1 egg, and that 1 egg, as you call it, of pasta, makes enough for 2 people quite generously. A bit of salt. I'm going to get my eggs. Now, I prefer making this just the way they do in Italy, normally. Just pile the flour on a board and then just crack the eggs onto it. Makes a mess, but that's fine. But this is sort of hands-on and fun, and that's the whole point of this. This is my 4th egg. And then just mix these together. And knead until you've got a ball of dough. And you'll see the change here. At the moment it's just a mess. The kneading of pasta dough is the same as bread dough. In other words, you're pushing out with the heel of your hand and bringing it back either with your fingers or again with the heel of your hand. And what it is that you're bringing your body heat to work on the gluten and the flour. So it's rather wonderful. It's sort of cooking that's real collaboration between you and the food. Now, it's more or less ready. You can see it's quite smooth, and I can form it into a ball very easily. So soft, like a baby's bottom. You can just cover it in cling film, but somehow it doesn't fit my mood today, so I'm going to... When I make fresh pasta, I'm more in a kind of tea towel mood. 30 minutes will do it. You just have to rest a bit before you start turning it into pasta strips. But if you wanted to, you could leave it in the fridge for a couple of hours. I mean, properly covered, 3 days would be fine. OK, so now I can get on with the meatballs. Again, this is easy work. Takes some time, but that's no problem. I've got here 250 grams of minced pork, same weight of minced beef. You can alter the meats to suit you. Often I do just beef, sometimes I might put a bit of veal in. You're just using this as a blueprint. To this I always add some grated parmesan. I suppose if I'm going to measure it, which I'm not, I'd say it's about 2 tablespoons, but it's just enough to give a sort of savoury depth. Now, an egg. This helps bind the mixture. And the same is true, really, as semolina, which helps give a bit of bulk. In fact, bread is normal, but I didn't have any bread for breadcrumbs one day, so I added some semolina, and I now find I love that sort of wheaten sweetness such a lot. I always use this. 3 spoonfuls. Oregano. Whatever herb you add, is up to you. Most normally I do fresh parsley, and I suppose I wanted to change it. Salt. Quite a bit. You want the seasoning to be sort of full on. And pepper. Garlic. If you want to add onion as well, do. And it's really just a question of mixing all this together and then forming them into little balls. Now, you do need to be a bit patient to make them small enough, because actually it's much nicer when you have meatballs with pasta to have them really about a teaspoonful.